the flywheel advance key. Huge difference. And then I jibbed the air filter, but I still have the lid, the air lid on there. I haven't changed the air lid. I haven't taken the snorkel off. None of that stuff. I'm like I'm not gonna do too many things all at once. Super happy with the bike, man. It's really has got some good get up and go. It still kind of falls on its face at about like 6,000, a little just over 6,000 RPM, about 60 miles an hour according to the speedometer. It just kind of falls on its face, kind of starts sputtering a little bit and stuff like that. So, um, what do I have planned for this? I did read that the 2025, they did drop the compression on this motor from, I think it was a 9.6 to 1 compression ratio. Now they dropped it down to, I think, 8 to 1 compression ratio, and that's with a thicker, I think, base gasket and head gasket. And then I also read that maybe they reshaped the head. I'm not positive if that's true or not, but I'm thinking about ordering from Motocolt. They got a thin base gasket and head gasket. That should kind of help that raise that compression up a little bit. I heard that these motors really can handle like 10 to 1 pretty safely on this thing. So I think it's a safe upgrade. I think this was done more for, they say to be able to handle the California gas out here and stuff like that. But I think it's also like an emissions situation. You know, they're trying to get this thing California legal. There's hardly any of these bikes that are California legal. I mean, to get a California legal dual sport bike out here, I mean, you got to spend like, I don't know, over $5,000. You know what I mean? 5 to 10 grand, somewhere in there. And I don't want to spend that much money. So, super happy with the bike. So I'm planning on doing that. I'm also planning on putting on a cam and the silent. They have like these silent rocker arms or something like that. I'm planning on doing that. There's a little bit more of a high performance cam and the silent rocker arms. And then I am planning on changing the carb to the Nibby 28 or 30 millimeter carb. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. And since I'm going to have the motor apart, I'm going to go ahead and port and polish the head. I know how to do all that, so I'm gonna do all that. I'll do videos on all this stuff for you guys. And then I also heard that the exhaust, the weld needs some cleaning up in there. I'll do that. I'm gonna show you my modifications. I'm gonna do the silencer. And what else am I doing to this thing? I'm considering putting on the oil cooler. And I have some plans around what I'm going to do and where I'm going to mount it and everything. I'll show you. I'll do a video on that. I'm going to do a video on my skid plate. I'm going to do a video on my foot pegs, all my luggage setup. I'm going to show you guys what I have in my luggage setup for those of you that are interested in doing, you know, big adventure rides. What else am I going to do this thing? My bar setup, everything I'm going to do up there. I'm going to be putting on hand guards and all that stuff. I think I'm going to do some pretty trick stuff. I think it'll come out pretty nice. I'll do a video on that too. What am I forgetting? Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I think as far as upgrades, like, you know, bumping up the motor, I think that's about it. Just want to give it a little bit more power, but, you know, I don't want to compromise the engine. I want to do, you know, good stuff. I'm not going with the most aggressive cam that's out there. There's a new one out there that's the most aggressive. I'm not going that aggressive. I'm going the next one down. The carburetor, I've heard lots of great things. Port and polish, it's only gonna benefit from that. I'm not going with like an aggressive port. Just cleaning everything all up, even the valves. I'm cleaning up the valves and everything too. And the exhaust, polish the exhaust and everything, just make it flow better, flow match the carb and the exhaust, you know, for maximum flow. And I haven't done anything to the gearing. I know I could get more top speed, but I actually like the gearing the way it is for off-road. I'm happy with it. I'm considering maybe putting on, if I get a little more power out of the engine, maybe putting on heavier clutch springs, possibly. Let me know, any of you that have any advice there, your experience. I haven't done anything. I've heard about the bolts on the sprocket, that it's better to put like the Honda bolts on there. I'll probably do that, you know, next time I have the bike apart. Oh, I'm planning on doing on the swing arm and the steering stem. I'm planning on putting in Zerk fittings. this bike is pretty low maintenance. I want to keep it that way, and I want to try and make it even more low maintenance. So I'm planning on putting on a Zerk fitting on the rear swing arm and on the steering stem. That will just make this thing so much easier to maintain. I mean, this thing is so easy as it is. Valve adjustments, these things are so easy to adjust the valves. Oil is super easy. I don't recommend that you jump this bike. I don't really trust that the swing arm or the forks or the steering stem or the triple clamps or anything like that. I don't think this thing, or like taking big whoops and stuff like that. Like, I don't recommend that on this bike. I just don't. Maybe it can do it. I don't know. I'm not going to try it. I push it hard enough already as is. My goal is to ride fast on the trails, but my goal is to try and keep the wheels on the ground all the time, as much as possible. I do some little stuff, you know what I mean, if I have to, but it's all to go fast, to be smooth. But I don't jump this thing or anything like that. That's not the way I ride. Not on this. Yeah, I'm super happy. Look forward to sharing with you guys the upgrades as I go, the different things I'm going to be doing. I'm also excited to show you guys my my pack for going camping. I haven't taken it yet camping. I've just put all the gear on it and ridden with it with the guys just to test it all out, vet it all out. But I'm kind of gearing up. I'm late in the season to do like some of the rides I want to do that are high elevation. So I may do some of the more desert long distance rides. Maybe start there this winter and use the bike for that. See how it does in the sand too. That'll be quite a test for it. Whether or not this thing can if I put decent tires on it and load it up a little bit, whether or not I'm going to be able to do okay in the sand. I think I will. I think I can do it. I think it'll be all right. It's not going to be like my 450 or anything, but it's going to do okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I got. So look forward to hearing or seeing, in the comments. Put anything you got, any feedback you got for me. It's my first YouTube video. I've never done a YouTube video. I've always wanted to, but I'm like, you know what? This bike is so cool. I want to do something on this bike. So I'm going to create a YouTube channel and talk about this bike, talk about all the things I'm going to do, and then from there, whatever. I'll show you guys all my trips and stuff too, and how I pack and what I pack and where I'm going, all that kind of stuff. All right. See y'all. Ride safe.